Hey, what's up, everybody?
Welcome back to Mile Higher Podcast, episode 153. Today, we're doing a super chill episode. You guys have been requesting that we do one of our Q&A episodes where we get questions from Instagram via voice memos. So we get to hear your beautiful voices.
Yes, I always love these because you guys are so much like us that you always bring us the most interesting questions and topics. And so I'm very excited to see what we dive into today.
Yeah, they really do. And it's kind of fun hearing your voices because we haven't been able to do a meetup or anything because of the pandemic for over a year.
Show or anything.
So it does help to hear someone's voice, or normally to see someone's face and kind of put a face with your viewers.
Mm-hmm.
But just hearing your voices, I think, helps. And it's been about, I think, 6 months or so since we've done this.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time.
So yes, we're really excited. So we're just going to get right into that because you guys sent a ton of questions. And if you want to participate in the next one, you can follow us at Mile Higher Pod on Instagram. And that's where we pull our voice memos from.
You know what else we got going on? Giveaway.
Yes, we do. On our Instagram for Higher Love Wellness, which is Higher Love Wellness Co. And we are giving away one of all our products. So all you got to do is follow and comment on the giveaway post. And this giveaway, let's see, when does it end? Let me pull up my calendar here.
So in case you haven't checked out higherlovewellness.com, we have a wide range of CBD extracted from hemp. It's all grown and produced here in Colorado. It's THC free. You will pass a drug test. And it's all really good stuff. I mean, we're not just saying that either. Like, we went with the highest quality CBD we could find, local farms here in Colorado. I mean, it's really, really good stuff. So what do we have here right now? We have basically our dab pen or terp pen.
Yeah.
So
this is one of our products I wanted to highlight this week because I don't think a lot of people have even heard of these terp pens. They are so cool, and they can be used for our CBD wax that we have, or they can be used with any other concentrate you may have, with or without CBD. So I wanted to share that. Also, you guys have been loving our gummies. We've gotten great feedback on the flavor in these, which we picked all these flavors. We did them custom and tested them. So it's grape, watermelon, and Josh's favorite, blue raz. I don't know. I think the watermelon's better. What do you think, Janelle? What's
Definitely
your favorite flavor?
Blue raz or water. I don't know. I like both. I'm not a big grape fan in general, just in life.
Yeah.
But honestly, I will say your grape is one of the better grapes. Like, for being a non-graper, I would do your grapes. Like, they're not bad.
You do our grapes.
Wow.
Well, you heard it here first, you guys. And that's because we have terpenes in our products, which flavor our products very naturally. It really gives you a fruit taste, like juice.
because we
straight
literally
from
took the
fruit.
molecule from the fruit and put it into our gummy.
Yeah, really.
So,
it's good stuff, and CBD can help with so many things. We have more information on our website if you are curious and want to know more. But yes, that giveaway, just so you know, is going until March 24th. And yeah, all you have to do to enter is follow at Higher Love Wellness Co. and comment on the giveaway post, which will be clearly marked.
Yes, and thank you to everybody who's already purchased Higher Love Wellness products.
Seriously, thank you for having faith in us and our startup. We've been trying to, figure it out. And we're doing everything like in-house. We are
very busy.
Literally, our friends are running this business and doing customer service. And like, we're starting very small and keeping it that way. Well, hopefully we'll grow, but we're not in the rush to grow. We want to make sure we get everything down during this period.
Yep.
So thank you to everyone who's trusted our launch and has given us great feedback as well. We've loved to see all your pictures and reviews. It's been so exciting.
Yes, and so much more to come as well. This is just the beginning.
Yep. We're already working on new things.
Lots of cool things coming. So with that being said, shall we get into our burning questions?
Oh, burning questions.
That's what I always like when I hear that, burning questions.
All right.
Are they burning?
Some of them, they are. I've tried to find the best ones.
Okay.
So we'll see how we do here.
Hi, Kendall, Josh, and Janelle. I'm Olivia from Ohio, and my question is, what time period would you have wanted to live through besides right now?
That's so hard.
What time period would you want to live through?
So many time periods to choose from.
Right?
Honestly,
Any time period.
I'd rather just live now. Like, if you think about really
Yeah.
living in any
I
other
see
time
what you mean,
period,
yeah. I guess living is different than visiting.
it
Like
would,
if you like there permanently. Yeah.
but I'm pretty used to like
Your
our
world.
modern,
Yeah.
my tushy bidet. I'm not going to get that like in the early 1900s or something.
Or any time
Yeah.
prior to that.
Yeah, really. I guess it's the last like.
Living though, because
I guess there was bidets back in.
Yeah,
back in the
fancy
day.
ones.
You have to pay out the ass for it, literally.
Literally. Yes.
So like, what if not staying in current time was not an option? So what past time?
Yeah, I'm
if
trying
you
to
were
think.
forced to, if there was somebody that forced a gun to your head, said, you know what, you must time travel back to this period where you will live for the rest of your life. What time period would you go to?
Live for the rest of
Your life from this point forward. So from your age right now
God, that's so crazy.
and your skills and intellect, what time period would you want to be in? And why?
What would you want to be in? While I'm thinking, while I'm brewing my answer.
Well, a part of me would love to go back to the medieval ages, and if only I was of royalty and I was a king or a knight, that would be kind of cool.
So you'd be like ordering for people to get their heads chopped off and stuff. You'd be down.
I would be doing the beheadings probably.
Oh, wow. So you'd be the
Oh.
king and the executionist all in one.
Yes, exactly.
Wow,
So I'd be
savage.
like King Joffrey, all right?
King
From Game of
Joffrey.
Thrones.
King Joshry.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Joffrey.
convenient.
Yeah, exactly.
Joshry. That's
my
actually
God.
should be a name. Like
Well, I'm a-
Zachary, but Joshry.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Middle Ages. I mean, I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, so I just love that whole time period and the lore around that.
But yeah, you'd have to be like a king or someone in power to enjoy that. Or else it's
Right.
pretty
If I was
shitty.
just a serf, fuck that. I'm not going to I don't want to be plowing fields all day just to come get pillaged by some other.
Well, I guess you could say that about any time
People.
period, though. Is like I would go back if I could be the royalty or the pharaohs or whoever was at the top.
What
of
would
the
you-
structure?
What would you go to?
I want to say Egypt because
So you can be mummified?
No, I'm actually really afraid of all of that, and I would not want to be mummified. But I don't know. I guess just to see it, that would be my main reason, is just to see what it was actually like, since we
Yeah.
really have no idea. And I think it would look the most different. I don't
Kendall
know. It'd
Patra?
be so different. Kendall Patra.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Can you be that for Halloween? Holy shit. That's
I would
amazing.
love to see you dressed
Comment
up as
below
an Egyptian.
if you want Kendall to dress up like
No,
Yeah.
we're already
For
planning a Halloween costume,
Oh, wait.
actually, Janelle. We have to
Oh,
include you into
shit.
it. A group costume.
Oh,
So
hell
you'll have to
yeah.
be involved in it. I'll tell you
I'll
later.
be your Prince of Egypt.
Oh, I like that.
Let's do some Egyptian role playing.
Okay. And can we get the
Egyptian
next question?
OnlyFans.
Oh, man.
That sounds fun.
Oh, boy.
All right, here we
We can
go.
build the pyramids together. Then you can mummify me.
Okay,
Ew,
babe.
you're nasty. He's like, wrap me up. All right, here we go.
Hi guys, my name is Hallie and I'm from Ireland. I've literally been watching your podcast from the very beginning. Hi Josh, hi Kendall, hi Janelle. I just wanted to know, was there a case that had the most impact on you, like throughout your whole podcast? What was a case that had the most impact on you? Bye.
As far as cases we've covered on the podcast.
Yes.
So,
Up to this point, yeah.
I have my answer, at least personally.
Oh, do you? Please share.
I will. Sarah Turney coming on.
Yeah,
That was the most impactful.
definitely.
I think.
Her interview was
Her
cool.
interview is cool, and just like that whole story in general is just really, really mind blowing. But
Yeah.
yeah, having her on the show was really cool. Honestly, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of them though.
I agree with that. Talk about impactful. I mean, that whole story in general and what Sarah's done
I was
since.
gonna say, yeah, since holy shit.
Damn. Yeah. It's crazy. But that interview was before all that happened. So it's kind of interesting hearing her pre-thoughts. Yeah, I stumbled across it the other day on YouTube, that interview. Love that one.
I mean,
do you think?
impactful, I'd say any interview with a victim or victim's family member,
Right.
even with Jenny, was pretty
was
impactful
great.
too.
Jenny
So,
Carriere. Yeah.
but if we're talking non like interviews like that, I would say John Benet Ramsey still gets me, like, because that one I
Basic.
want to know so much.
Just kidding.
No, but
I know so many people agree with
I
you.
feel like I know what happened with that, and I just want to confirm.
No,
you know, what
I
happened.
get you, dude. Like that's gonna bother me until the day I die. I feel it's so, and I don't know if we'll ever get answers for that case.
Yeah. No, we probably won't, honestly, at this point.
Probably not.
Or I'd say like Chris Watts too, because that one was like so close to
yeah.
home for us, and
Yeah.
it's obviously just such a horrific tragedy of what happened, and
Yeah.
it's just that one was a really tough one too.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you. Chris Watts first came to mind because I kind of put Chris Watts out of my mind most of the time because literally even hearing his name raises my blood pressure and stresses me out. So I don't like to cover him. But Lacey Peterson, I think that case for some reason was very impactful on me. Just I don't know, something about it and the condition which she was found.
I think it's just
the
ability to relate to those cases too. Like whenever you can personally relate to a case, or you can kind of see yourself in the victim's shoes or in their position, sometimes you can imagine, what if I was in that scenario? And I think that's why, especially like, as a female talking about another case where the victim is female, I'm sure it's even easier for that to have an impact on you as opposed to, me looking at it from the male's point of view.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So yeah, that's another impactful case for sure though.
Hi, my name is Marlena Galvan and I'm from Texas, and I was wondering if you could be in any of the Black Mirror episodes, which one would you be in and why? And if one were to potentially happen, which one do you think it would be?
I found this so interesting because Black Mirror is such a mind fuck.
Yeah, it really is.
Like if you could live in one of those scenarios, that would be...
Oh, there's so many.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'd really want to live in any of them. I mean, they all have like cons to them. They have some cool things. I guess I'd have to go to my favorite episode of all time, San Junipero.
That's what I was going to say too. Just because I love that whole concept of
I do. I love that.
Life continuing on even after you're gone.
It's kind of one of the more positive Black Mirror episodes.
Oh yeah,
it's still trippy as fuck. It kind of like leaves you feeling like questioning everything, but
because a lot of them just don't have great endings to them. Like you're kind of left like, man, I hope that I never am in a situation like that, or the world doesn't end up like this.
I know, and oftentimes I end up feeling like, oh, that's coming. That's coming.
They foreshadow. I feel like it's crazy. I don't know.
Was part of her question what one she thought would most likely happen?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's what I heard. I think probably one of the social media ones. Like there's that, I can't remember the name of the episode, but
where everybody has a rating.
Yeah. The number.
Yep.
It's like in I think it's in the first season, or maybe it's one of the first like 2 seasons episodes, and where everybody has like a rating on their, and it goes up or down based on
like random stuff though.
It's on just like every day, like anyone, even at the coffee store, the person can judge how you were acting and like give you a rating, and it will change your public score.
Well, it's basically Sims world. Like it's like if our civilization turns into Sim style,
which I don't know if we'd ever be fully to where we have rankings and everything, but I think something with social media, one of those episodes, or the one with Miley Cyrus, that one was really interesting. But what about you? Any that jump out to you?
Yeah, either of those. I mean, I don't honestly. It's been a while since I watched a lot of the.
We haven't watched the newer ones.
No, we haven't watched any of the latest stuff, so we've
been so
bad
busy.
Judge of those episodes. But
yeah, we like the original.
The first season we watched all the way through. I don't know how much we watched beyond that, but it's also interesting.
It is
definitely a great show.
Hi, my name is Christina and I'm from San Diego, California, and I was just wondering if you guys could go into the future about maybe 20 years, but you had to pick an event to go to see what the future looks like. What would you pick? For example, the presidential election or the Olympics. By the way, love the podcast and love your guys' energy all the time. Have a good one.
It's funny. She literally read my mind. I was thinking like an event, the Olympics or the presidential election.
Shut up.
Yeah. And then she
That's crazy.
Said, I can't think of anything else really. That's what comes to mind when I think of historical event. As far as America goes, there's not too much.
In the future, right?
Yeah.
So it could be anything.
20 years, but you'd go to it to see what everything is like at that event.
It's already a known event then.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not
like
some made up
event. No.
Okay, because I was like, oh, well.
No, if you had to plug into your time machine, take me to this day, I want to see this event.
Ooh, that's actually a really good question, because I don't think I even think about events in that way ever, about like that this event would happen in 20 years from now and what that event is going to be like.
Well, it could be a personal event too, maybe like
my birthday, my 100th birthday.
You could go see a birthday.
See if I make it to 100.
You're going to be 120 years.
Go to 100 years.
We're talking 20 years though.
20.
Right.
Okay.
She said 20.
Okay, not 100. So 20.
So you'd be 40. You'd be turning 49.
Ooh, I don't want to go see that. I don't want to see myself at 49. Ew.
Maybe like No, I was gonna say your kid's birth, but whatever. That's gonna come in like inevitably.
He doesn't want to see that. He's gonna be passed out.
Oh, right. I forgot. He'll
This
be
guy
on the ground.
can't handle shit.
Right. I
I'll be
forgot.
like this, cutting the cord. I'll be like,
Oh my
They'll transport
Is
him
that
and
it?
he'd like show up, time travel into the room and instantly pass out.
that's my wife getting cut open. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
But like a event, I guess. What other events do we got going on here?
The Super Bowl 20 years.
Oh
from
yeah,
now.
you could go to the Soups Bowl.
Who's gonna be in the Super
What if
Bowl?
Peyton Manning's kids or like one of his sons or something? I think his son or daughter.
or
Who's
Tom
great.
Brady is still fucking playing. And he's still winning.
65.
He's won like everyone since.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I'm gonna have to say I would go forward 20 years and see what would be happening. I was gonna say like my kids, maybe my first kid's graduation or something, but that gives me like 2 years to get going. So, but yeah, that's about accurate
I would
for
wanna
my
go
plans.
I would want to go see a first female be elected pres. I'm
Well, how do you know
hoping
that's for
that-
sure gonna happen?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's technically a made up fantasy. We don't know.
But if oh my god,
So
in
you want to go 20 years in the
years,
future to see if there is a female or not. But you can't just be like when there is because we don't know.
I'll see if there is, and if there's not, then I'm definitely leaving this fucking
I'm just
country.
gonna stay. Yeah, I mean, I guess a more interesting answer would be
I would just want to see if I'm still doing exactly what I'm doing right now.
Honestly,
yeah,
that's
I just want to
cool.
see my own life.
Like I just want to see if I'm still podcasting 20 years later and
Take me to like
or
Christmas 20 years from now.
Yeah.
What does my life
That's
look
so
like?
true.
if my job, like who knows, I could be doing something completely different in 20 years from now.
But I don't think I'd want to see. This reminds me of Click again, that movie.
Yeah.
You know? Why would you want to really know? I don't like
True.
that.
Or
I
go
think
to like
part
your
of life
parents'
is a
birthday
surprise.
20 years from now.
Ooh, that would just make me sad. I don't like that.
Yeah, that'd be
I think I'll
a lot
stay
tougher.
here. I think I'll stay
here.
in this time. Anyway.
Hi, Josh, Kendall, and Janelle. My name's Julia, and I'm from Virginia. And I've been listening to you guys for past, I don't know how many years. But I just want to say thank you for making me not feel lonely in this pandemic. But today, my question for you is, what is a conspiracy that you believe in 100% that you feel like is entirely true and nobody can change your mind or doubt you about it? I'm really curious to hear your answer and love you guys.
Oh, I have several answers for this.
Oh yeah.
But I'll just go with the first thing that comes to my head. Princess Diana was murdered. No one can convince me she wasn't.
I pretty much agree with that, especially after watching the interview with Oprah with
spicy.
Meghan Markle and Harry.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Harry pretty much said that he was worried the same thing that happened to Diane was going to happen to Meghan.
Of course, why wouldn't
Literally,
he?
like flat out was like,
We're all worried about that, Harry. I've been worried about that for a while. After
'Cause
seeing how they've treated her.
you go against the status quo in that world.
Yep.
You are become the enemy, basically.
Yeah.
Did she talk about that fear? I haven't watched it yet. Like, did she
Yes.
discuss having that
She
fear of
get-
her life in a sense?
She talked about a lot of
She
things.
was basically suicidal
Wow.
at one point, and one of the biggest problems they had was the tabloids in the UK have been just brutal towards them. And normally the royal family, they got to have some strings they can pull over there in the media companies,
Yeah.
and they do it for everybody else in the family.
Yeah.
But they straight up weren't doing a single thing for them. They were letting them get torn apart in
No
the media.
I
protection.
believe it. Wow.
Yeah.
It's kind of mind blowing, honestly, and that's
Yeah,
why we're going to do
Janelle,
an
you've got
episode.
to see
on
it. We are going to do an episode because Janelle, the biggest thing is they straight up said that their son, I can't remember his name. What is it? Like Bowie? No, that was the other name.
Oh, Archie.
Archie.
Yeah.
Archie, their son Archie, they were worried that his skin would be too dark, the royal family. And
Oh,
they
yeah.
told her that.
I keep seeing memes about like all this shit now and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They
That's
wouldn't
crazy.
they were actually concerned about it, which I don't know. She wouldn't say who. Is it the royal family? Is it the people that control them, the Commonwealth? Or who exactly
They
is
call
telling
it the
them this? But they
firm.
they weren't going to give him like prince status, and they weren't going to let him have security and all these things for literally no reason
Because it's
other
a,
than his skin.
It's wild. Yeah. I want to deep dive into the whole monarchy over there.
Yeah.
And because there's a lot more to it than I realized, especially after hearing, the fact that the royal family, Harry literally said his family's like trapped
Yep.
in this system. There's a system that controls them.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like a gang, honestly. Like you
Yeah,
can't
dude.
leave. If you
It's
try
like
and
a
leave, you'll get
cult.
killed. Yeah.
It's exactly like that. And I think this interview has confirmed a lot of things that people have been saying about Diana and about the family in general for a while, you know? So yeah, we're going to dive into it next week.
It'll be a really interesting episode. But conspiracy wise for me, I mean, obviously I'm probably like Alien's biggest fan. So the alien conspiracy, a lot of people call it like the alien. I believe that
The alien conspiracy.
the conspiracy of that the United States government's been covering up alien technology and potentially alien bodies for years. I pretty much 100% believe that.
I agree.
That we've known about extraterrestrials for at least 100 plus years. We have back engineered their technology. The government, these, unknown entities have this technology and they use it for various things. I mean, I've done just too much research. I've heard too many stories that it seems very obvious to me that aliens are real for one, and B, UFOs are either alien or their government their military produced of some sort, because they've had this technology for years.
Yeah, that's a good one. You'd have to try pretty hard to convince me not to believe that.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody could convince me that there's not aliens contacting us and that UFOs are just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, no.
Like,
there's
I don't think anybody could debunk it enough to the point where I'd be like, oh yeah, I think
well, there's
you're
just
right.
evidence that you can't debunk. So
Exactly.
what about you?
I feel like the alien thing is harder to disprove. Like you were saying, Josh, like that's a great example, because if you're, you have all this evidence stacked up against you, you can't like there's no way to like literally prove once and for all that aliens aren't here. Even if the evidence we have isn't true, like at the end of the day, there's so much stuff that there's no way it could be 100% disproved. Even if there was new evidence coming out, I don't understand how that could like discount everything that's already come up so far.
Yeah, a lot of the evidence in that one you can't really debunk either. Well, we'll try, but to me, to the standards that we would require to change our belief on that. Yeah,
I mean, just the amount of stuff that like lines up, even going back to like, thousands of years ago in Egyptians. And there's just too many things where I'm like, how does this all happen without extra help from, humans are too stupid to have accomplished so many things, like the pyramids itself. I'm like, boom, I don't understand how else that's like insane.
I know
the
but
materials,
it's still a big argument.
but the materials used to build the pyramids weren't even found in that area. Like, how did they have the
Sleds
technology to get?
I know some people get really pissed if you like suggest that.
Well, yeah,
they could have had help because it could
against
discredit them.
it's going against mainstream
Yeah.
Egyptologists. A lot of Egyptologists would laugh at us right now and be like, oh, you guys are so stupid. Of course our people built these. Like, and that's the thing. Some people get angry because like by insinuating that aliens helped build Egypt and the pyramids, then you're essentially calling the Egyptians stupid and they're not capable of doing that. And it's like, no, we're not
That's how
saying
people take
that.
it all the time.
But people take it that way. Yeah.
I could see that. But I personally believe like the aliens, I would think haven't been back to that extent. Like, as far as we know, aliens haven't come and helped build a giant thing since then, theoretically, right? So I'm like, I feel like they would have to trust the Egyptians in order to be like, okay, they're going to be able to handle this truth of like, you're not the only ones in the universe. Whereas right now, I feel like they're kind of hiding and doing like weird subliminal messaging and shit like that if they are here, because I feel like they're like, these idiots are not ready for this shit. Whereas I feel like back then, maybe they were here and willing
a little
to help.
more highly evolved than us.
That's what it seems like. So I'm like, I don't think it's saying that Egyptians are stupid at all.
If anything, it's complimenting them.
That's
I
what I'm
totally see
saying.
what you're saying is, that back then they were taken seriously. Maybe they were taken seriously enough to be clued in and be part of the broader universe that they thought they were higher enough spiritually to do that.
Well, what I think is that it was even farther. I think there was a point at which, if you go back even farther, the Sumerians and before that, I think there was some sort of extraterrestrial intervention early on, in that we just don't have an accurate understanding of our ancient history, and we don't fully understand the technology and knowledge that these civilizations possessed. I mean,
A lot of it's been hidden from us,
right?
And destroyed.
It's been hidden or destroyed for sure. And who doesn't? You can't disprove that they didn't have more advanced technology. I mean, we already know that the pyramids weren't weren't freaking tombs. Like it wasn't, they didn't build these giant structures just for tombs. These pyramids were built as pyramids for a reason, and they were lined up with the stars for a reason.
That's what I'm saying. Like tell me how they knew that. I don't, unless maybe, okay, it wasn't aliens and maybe it was like insane technology, but like, how did they have that?
Right.
And we don't now. And like, what happened along the way to where we lost that technology? Now we're like dumber. Like, how did they know that?
Right. And
that's
people
what
would make
everyone's
the
asking.
argument that they were more spiritually enlightened than we were, and they were tapped into a higher level of consciousness and basically a force field of energy that they channeled through the pyramids.
I mean, clearly, because we cannot explain it now. So unless someone wants to step the fuck up and say how this was done, then we're not going to stop questioning the possibilities. And it shouldn't be found offensive to question them in general.
And it's not even just Egypt. There's so many places around the world where we're like, oh, that's weird. That lines up with this constellation or this star, that and the other. And I'm like, okay, so if all these things were being built all, you know, in different places around the world, but it was so far back that we had no way to communicate with, you know, the other side of the world. Hey, are you building that thing to this star? Yeah, we are. We're going to do that. Like, there's no way of doing that back then. So I'm like, okay, well, how did they know to all do it?
Such a good point.
When there was no such thing as hopping on a plane and going to discuss or getting on a phone call. It was, you know, for all you knew, you were the only ones that existed on that planet.
So really, there were only two options. They either had help from extraterrestrials or they had technology that they were more advanced than we even realized, and they were beyond us, which is possible as well. But yeah, I don't know. That one's always super controversial.
As you guys know, Kendall and I have a lot of pets. We've got a couple dogs, a couple cats, and a couple rabbits. And recently, one of our cats, Meatball, decided to pee all over our comforter. And luckily, I had some Scouts Honor Urine Destroyer. And for a long time, I've been searching for a product that could truly remove the odor of cat urine out of fabric. Because if any of you have cats out there, you know that cat urine is the absolute worst. And one of the hardest things to get out of your clothing. No matter how many times you wash it, it always ends up still smelling faintly like urine. But with Scouts Urine Destroyer, you spray some of that on there, you let it sit there for a few minutes, and then you basically dab it with a paper towel. And I got to say, this stuff actually works. It pulls the smell out of it completely, and it actually deodorizes and eliminates the different chemicals and bacteria from in your comforter. And then you can just throw it in the wash and you're good to go. What's cool about Scouts Honor is that not only do they have some of the best pet cleaning products out there, they also have grooming products and just products that will help enhance your pet's overall well-being. But best of all, with every purchase, Scouts Honor provides 1 day's worth of meals for a rescue animal in need. And with Scouts Honor, your pet will never look, feel, or smell better. So check out all of Scouts Honor's award-winning products today. To receive 20% off your first order, go to scoutshonor.com/milehigher. And remember, that's Scouts with a K at scoutshonor.com/milehigher for 20% off your order. Scouts Honor is natural and preventative grooming solutions for pets.
I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm always looking at a screen, and now more than ever. Whether you're an avid news watcher or in a serious need of a distraction, unplugging yourself is easier said than done. But one of my favorite ways to rest my eyes and still get the content I'm looking for is by putting on my Raycon earbuds and listening to something great. Raycons have no dangling wires or stems to get in your way, and they also come in a range of stylish colors, but always with comfortable in-ear fit for a more discreet look. And Raycons are built to perform anywhere and anytime with water and sweat-resistant construction and Bluetooth that pairs quickly and seamlessly. And they have enough battery life for 6 hours of playtime, so you can unplug for a while. And the best part is Raycon makes sound accessible to everyone with Raycon earbuds starting at half the price of other premium audio brands. And Raycon is offering our audience 15% off all of their products. All you got to do is go to buyraycon.com/milehigher, and that's it. You'll get 15% off your entire Raycon order, so feel free to grab a pair and a spare. That's 15% off at buyraycon.com/milehigher. buyraycon.com/milehigher.
I don't know about you, but I absolutely love to eat, and I've actually started to love cooking. With HelloFresh, they make it super easy for you to cook home-cooked meals that are absolutely delicious, and they offer all types of cuisine, which is really, really cool. Plus, it saves you time from going to the grocery store, getting all the ingredients, then prepping, and a lot of times I end up cooking way too much food whenever I do it myself. But with HelloFresh, they send you all of your ingredients, produce, fresh meats, in a box right to your door, and it's all ready to go. It's pre-measured. And best of all, the meals only take 20 to 30 minutes to cook and clean up, and they're absolutely delicious. I've been loving especially a lot of the Asian cuisine and recipes they've been offering lately. What's great about HelloFresh too is that you can stop and start it whenever you want. You can skip a week. There's all sorts of extras you can add onto it, like garlic bread and just their sandwiches. I mean, they literally have everything that you could want and for any type of dietary restriction, which makes it super, super convenient, and it saves you money. So check out HelloFresh today at hellofresh.com/milehigher12. And if you use code milehigher12, you'll get 12 free meals, including free shipping. Check out America's #1 meal kit today at hellofresh.com/milehigher12. And make sure you use code milehigher12 in order to get 12 free meals, including free shipping today.
Hey, Kendall and Josh. My name's Whitney. I'm from Arizona. I have listened to every episode in the last year during my commute to and from work. And I just wanted to know what has been the most rewarding part of working so closely together on the podcast.
Oh, I like this one.
Yeah. You want to take that away?
Oh my gosh. So many
most rewarding
things.
thing. I think one of the most rewarding things is, as a couple, the fact that we can talk about this stuff together and in such a way that is so engaging and intriguing to not only us, but you guys as well. Because it's like one thing to just like have conversations as a couple, like normally inside, but it's a whole nother thing to come out here and then try to replicate that, in this type of environment and have it be so, come across the same way. Or hopefully that's how we're coming across. It's the same way that we normally talk to each other.
Yeah. I mean, it can be hard. And people always say, like, don't work with your families. Or people will ask, like, how do you work together as a couple? Do you ever fight? And we, fight just like any other couple. Janelle will tell you for sure. But we also, I think at the end of the day, having this project business, having what we have made together at the end of the day, and have this be something that we're both so invested in and that we love so much really brings us together. It's bonded us a ton. Like, I feel like we've gotten so much closer since you quit just your regular job and started working on this because we just share so much. We have this passion together. It's a dream, and seeing it come true has just brought us closer together at the end of the day, I think.
No, absolutely. It's brought us together. I mean, I feel like, especially after podcasting with you, just more and more I've realized how much of like the same person we are, like, and how much our thoughts really and are like the same. Like, we're Twin almost flame. Like one thinking brain over here at the table. Like, we're almost like thinking the same things and
very different brains, but like the same at the same time.
Right. Well, just about our opinions. I mean, a lot, we don't differ on too many things. So it's nice to be able to kind of sync up on here. Yeah. Don't even get me started about the big man. All right?
Ooh, that almost broke the whole show up, broke the marriage up, the whole shit.
We almost had a huge
just blowout.
Oh no, I mean, we were fine after.
Yeah, no, we were all.
Oh yeah, can you imagine? We go inside and like fight it out for real.
Like, what? You don't believe in Bigfoot, babe? I thought you believed in it.
I think that's what people thought actually happened.
Come on, man.
Oh my god, no, we were all laughing at how much fun that episode was.
Oh yeah, one of my faves, definitely the most disliked of all time, but still one of my faves.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hi guys, absolutely love your podcast. I listen to all three. My name is Cassidy and I'm from Edmonton, Alberta in Canada. And I was wondering what you guys think about Hollywood predicting different events in movies. Do you think it's them getting us used to it, or do you think it's complete coincidence? Let me know.
Personally, I think that Hollywood works very closely with the people that kind of pull the strings.
Right.
In a lot of things, and strings in a lot of things. But I think a lot of movies, especially alien stuff, is kind of meant to set us up for a certain outcome.
I think you could argue either way, though. I think some people would say that there's absolutely no connection, and in fact, Hollywood follows up with things after real things happen,
and
versus the other way around. Yeah, they take ideas from. Well, you got to think too, so much of Hollywood is derived from literature and books and things like that. And oftentimes a movie will come out about aliens and we don't even hear the fact that the director or the writer of the film actually derived most of this from a book that somebody wrote 60 years ago. So
That's a good point.
I think it's hard because I think obviously there's one-off scenarios where a movie will come out, and I honestly can't even think of a single example in my head.
I don't think
where,
it's all movies, but
not all movies, but
you don't think they want to like plant a certain image for society
for certain things? Yeah,
maybe not events, but like just more casual movies,
getting you used to what life
how
might look
society
like.
should be, even, or what's normal, accepting certain norms. I don't know.
Well, I raised my eyebrow to Tom DeLonge because I'm like, okay, is his To the Stars program, he's working with Hollywood. Like, that's kind of bizarre that he's like, he's in one way like exposing the truth to like UFOs and ufology and shit like that, and trying to like get America or the world more exposed to it. But then he's also working directly with Hollywood.
Yeah, to make content that gets the public ready for aliens.
But we haven't seen shit from
we haven't
shit yet, so I don't
know how much budget
that's true.
he actually had.
There's never been a movie like brought to you by Tom.
Well, there was. I went and saw his movie a long time ago before To the Stars. He did a space movie. I'll have to show you it sometime. It's called Love. I saw it in theaters. But yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things where we don't have any way of like necessarily proving it, but I wouldn't be shocked if there is some presence in Hollywood and some guidance when it comes to like what can be shared or.
Well, yeah, I mean, they run in similar circles. A lot of these high profile Hollywood people are also friends with, corporation owners, things like that.
But it is weird about Tom because you think, I mean, it's kind of straight up admitting that they do make content in order to push us in a certain way or
you've
get
already
us ready
admitted
for certain things.
That's what the goal is, to get people ready for what's coming in the future.
Yeah, I think that's, to an extent.
But we haven't seen anything yet, so
we'll be waiting.
We will.
Hi, Kendall, Josh, and Janelle. My name's Caitlin. I'm from Dayton, Ohio. I love all three of your podcasts. My question is, if you got to meet an alien or extraterrestrial and ask them any question, what would it be?
I would ask them probably, if they know the meaning of life.
Yeah, just cover the big one. That's kind of what I was
thinking. Why are we
too.
here?
Like,
They're probably gonna be like, we can't tell you. It's part of the universal experience.
So like, you wasted your question, you dumb, stupid human.
That's all.
I don't even know the answer to that.
Yeah, maybe they don't know either.
It's possible.
True.
I mean, just because they're super intelligent doesn't mean they know everything.
I think the first question that pops into my mind is probably not the most important thing to ask, but I really want to know what they would think of our culture, just TikTok or. Yeah, I just want to know.
They'd probably be like, you guys look like a bunch of
our Hollywood and our celebrities and our obsessions with butts. That's what I really want to know about, what they think about our butt obsession.
Our butt obsession?
Yeah.
Like, we have no
Because I think that aliens are going to think that's really strange.
Maybe they're really like superficial too, some aliens.
They love butts and they cannot
alien
lie.
ass. I don't know.
Alien ass.
Alien ass. Yeah, that's what I would ask. Do you guys have, do you get alien ass?
Do you like alien ass?
I would want to know if they can see, if they have psychic abilities, if they can see both the future and the past, or if they have the ability to see to the other side, if they can see other dimensions, and ask them if those exist. Like, is that all real? Can we actually travel backwards in time? Can we
that's
actually
a way better
communicate
question.
to
Then what do you think of our butts?
like beep boop butt?
Beep boop butt.
I don't know why it just sounded like a little Star Wars droid, but
beep boop big butt.
Maybe a good question though would be, what else do you know about the universe? Like, tell me what other
humans
are out there?
Yeah, that'd
what
be
other planets are out there?
Is our DNA elsewhere in the universe? Ooh. And what if they're like, yes, there's a whole galaxy filled with humans?
I'd be like, get away.
Yeah,
stay away.
What if we found out that there is another galaxy that's just a bunch of Earth-like planets where there's just humans exactly like us living it out, like.
And then they create a dating app that's like interdimensional,
interstellar
dating.
Oh, that could be a whole show for TLC.
Interstellar.
Forget
dating.
9 Day Fiance, fucking planetary fiance, interplanet fiance.
You have 90 days on Earth to fall in love with this Earthling, otherwise you're going back to your other planet.
Or you're just going to Mars.
Hi, Kendall and Josh. This is Sophia from Atlanta. My question to you guys is, what are some things that have become normal in COVID times that you think will never go back to normal? Spacing, masks, venues, that sort of thing. Love y'all.
Just proper hygiene and sanitation.
Right?
People actually wash their hands after going to the bathroom, that your Chipotle worker is washing his hands after he goes to the bathroom, that people are just conscious of the fact that bacteria grows on our hands.
I'm just more conscious of that. I used to be a lot more nasty.
Me too.
I was gonna say I'm pretty nasty, but now
I think
I've
we
gotten a lot
all
more,
like
Yeah.
see a hand sanitizer pump and we like gravitate towards it.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
like, you go into a store, you're like, where's this sanitizer? Oh,
You're
Oh
like,
yeah.
We're
Do you
all-
feel ever just like dirty after even leaving a Target? I feel like my
That
hands
happened
like
to
I
me
just digged
yesterday,
in the
dude.
mud.
I literally went to this like surgery center to pick up my mom. She was having this little procedure done, and I picked her up, and I was like, I don't know, I was just like in the hospital and like pulling doors and shit. And afterwards, I was like, oh
Yeah, at a
germy,
hospital
germy,
too.
germy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yuck.
Yeah, I don't know if I can ever, like the big one I've always said is bowling. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that again because now I'm just too aware of
it's a
things.
dead sport.
But it's interesting.
Died with
Janelle
COVID.
and I were talking about the other day. It looks like flu numbers actually were way down this year because people were just being cleaner
Masks
and wearing
clean.
masks. So
Yep.
maybe we'll keep some of our newfound,
Fashion accessories.
yeah.
It'd be really cool if it was like
Our fashion accessories. I was gonna say
seriously.
our protection skills, but that's fine.
But what if people like, it was the norm. If you are sick and you have to go out,
Yeah.
you wear a mask, and people aren't looking at you like, what the fuck?
Yeah, or if you're sick and you tell your employer that they actually just believe you and tell you, like, don't come in then because
Yeah,
I don't want to
true.
affect the rest of the office.
True.
Because normally they'd be like, please just come in.
They'd be like, suck it up.
Yeah.
Like unless
Yeah. Now
you're-
it's like, don't fucking come. If you might be
Sore
sick.
throat, don't come.
Yeah, please stay home. But yeah, I think a lot of things, I don't know, like what will actually stick
Hopefully-
long term, like maybe after the first year or two, we'll like retain some of it, but I don't know how long. I mean, we probably won't take too long to go back to our old nasty ways though.
I hope they put restrictions on all events, like all big gatherings. Like I'd
Restrictions.
be totally down on the amount of people and spacing. Like at concerts would be awesome.
Then there's less
See, I
possibility of
disagree
getting
with that.
tickets.
And
Why?
I love the energy of like people around me in concerts, like people
You're
like
sick.
dancing next to me, and
She's
like
a Leo.
it's like it gives me life. Whereas like the thought of like having like spaced out 6 feet with your little like, because remember for a while they were doing concerts with like little booths almost.
Oh yeah.
Ugh,
Well, it
sounds
doesn't have to be that bad. Like I'm just saying that if I go to a sporting event, I don't want to be shoulder to shoulder with my neighbor. You know, like
a sporting event's different. Yeah,
if,
I feel that.
if they just made these damn companies to make a little less profit and give us a little more space on airplanes, like
Yeah,
okay,
airplanes is
that's
a big
true.
one.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
space it out. There should be 2 seats per row, not 3. You don't need to cram someone in the middle. This ain't the fucking.
Or if they took like 2
station
rows out
wagon
of most
here.
airplanes, you'd have so much more just extra
Yes.
leg room.
Put the middle row out.
Yeah, just something. Yeah, that would be nice to have a little more spacing. Or the movie theater. That's nice to,
Yeah.
get not being directly next
shoulder
to someone.
to shoulder with people.
Because you never know what they could be sick with.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it gives you more privacy. It's a more enjoyable experience, which will bring the companies more business,
It's true, Josh.
People
Good
are-
points. Good points.
more enjoying themselves. I mean, that's at least me.
I want to know what you guys think. Do you wish it would just all go back to the way it was, or should we take some new found ticks and trips, tricks and tips from our quarantine life and try to bring them into our normal routines?
I will say this, I'm really enjoying the whole, like, if you do go out to eat, they're like really far apart, the tables.
Yeah,
like
that's
you
nice.
are like barely near anyone. You can have your own conversation. You can't really hear anyone.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
It's nice that you get to use QR codes. Most
Oh, yeah, I
places,
like
the
that a
menus
lot.
are gone because those are pretty nasty too most of the time. At
And plus,
most
it's just
places.
like convenient. Like everyone, why not?
Yeah.
Everyone has their phone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna miss the masks. I personally like wearing a mask. I find it to be like a little safety blanket for me, and I can
comfy.
make weird faces under, and no one knows what I'm doing with my mouth.
I can
and-
talk shit under my breath to like random people.
Do you
who
ever
are
just make
annoying
like
me.
weird faces at someone?
Yeah, all the time.
Like at the checkout, I'll be
Especially
like,
now because I know that no one sees me doing it. I like have more of a reason to do
yeah,
it.
it's fun. It's fun. It's like
Oh,
I'm a
God.
secret agent. All right, next question.
Hey guys, it's Kylie, and my question for the podcast is, if you were going to be reincarnated, what would you be reincarnated to?
We kind of asked something similar on the sesh
Yeah.
last week to the boys, but we didn't get to answer it.
Oh yeah, we asked what your spirit answer,
A
but we've definitely
non-human?
answered this before. I know I've answered this.
A
Somewhere.
non-human.
For me, the answer hasn't changed. It's still a house cat.
Oh yeah, I can. What would you be?
They've got the best lives.
It would be cool to be an octopus for sure. That'd be really cool to be. I feel like that's just like me in another life, just like gliding through the water, and then all of a sudden like a shark pops out and I just turn into like a leaf.
What? A leaf?
And then like I grab a seashell and just like pull it over my head like a shield.
All right.
That if there's that great octopus movie on Netflix, it's so good. I cried at the end.
Oh yeah, you did. I woke up
It's
and he was
just, like,
crying.
so
To an
beautiful.
octopus movie.
He's like, I was watching
it's
this
called
octopus.
The Octopus Teacher or
The
something.
octopus.
The Octopus Teacher, or My Teacher the Octopus, I think it's something like that. Very good movie, and it made me truly connect with my past self.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
What about you?
Oh, I would probably be a sea turtle because I feel like it would be
cool. We could hang
extremely-
out.
Yeah, we could hang out. We'd be friends. I feel like it'd be so peaceful to just like swim through
Right?
the ocean, just gliding, and I feel like they're so like wise.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know. I
They
love
do
sea
give
turtles.
the wise vibes.
I've always loved sea turtles
Well,
so much.
fuck, I can't be a house cat if you two are going to be in the ocean.
All right, what ocean animal?
I'll be a dolphin and ride around with you guys.
Okay, that's sick.
Us three roll in the ocean.
Dude, that'd be dope.
No one would fuck with us. Dolphins
No.
keep everything away.
That's what I'm saying.
Everything's
Yeah,
afraid
you
of
would
dolphins.
keep
No
my
one's
ass
eating
safe.
turtles as far as I remember. Maybe some sharks. I don't know. And then octopus. Well, hopefully you can just camouflage. So
Yeah, I would just blend in.
Good plan, guys, for our next life.
excellent.
Hey guys, love Mile Higher. I'm from Sydney, Australia, and
I love
I just
her.
want to know, do you believe in ghosts? And have any of you guys ever had a ghostly or paranormal experience? Because I'd love to hear about it. And also come back to Sydney when COVID is over. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Oh, that sounds so nice. I want to go back to Sydney. Fucking love Sydney.
Me too. Love Melbourne.
Yes.
Love Cairns.
Yeah.
I want to go
Sydney's pretty
to
cool.
the other side, the east or the west coast of Australia. Perth. I want to visit Perth. I heard Perth is just beautiful. Do the Gold Coast as well. Oh,
Yeah.
we just got to
Yeah,
go back to
I know.
Australia.
There's a lot to see there.
But ghosts. You believe in ghosts?
Yes, I do believe in spirits, but I don't know if the encounters that I've personally had are if they're ghosts or if they're something else, you know. But I have had a paranormal experience, which I won't bore you guys with the details of that today because I know I've told it on plenty of the shows before.
Yeah,
and on my
we don't have
YouTube
anything
channel and stuff,
super
but-
like crazy. I don't think.
No,
that's
I think-
happened to us.
I mean, I did get a scratch on my chest.
Yeah.
That I really do believe that happened to me.
You think that was an evil spirit?
I don't know what it was, but I know it wasn't anything in our apartment. It wasn't me. It was 5 fingers down, but I had soft nails. I mean, now I'm going to get into the whole story, but yeah, I mean, that experience was enough. And then I saw something I told you the next day. I mean, I know what I saw.
I think
So-
our cat saw something too.
Yeah. Yes. And our cat in that apartment where I was having all those things kept
It was
just,
in her
freaking
bedroom.
out at a certain corner of our room. But
Yeah.
I think that was a real paranormal experience. I really do.
Yeah.
But I haven't had anything since. But I've heard enough of people's stories that I definitely believe in ghosts and paranormal.
I think sometimes people get ghosts. You know, ghost is kind of a blanket term to put on all like a lot of types of paranormal activity. Because sometimes I don't think necessarily we're talking about when weird things happen. I don't necessarily think that you've got a full blown conscious spirit that's doing something. There's different types of spirits. There's different types of, you know, you could even call it residual energy that's left behind by another. You know, if you believe that we are carriers of energy, that's essentially what we are. We're these
lower dimensional
energetic,
energy.
you know, and so sometimes you can leave behind negative energy. If you're a really negative person or you have a really negative experience in a location, there's a
Just leave their
possibility
shitty
of
vibes
leaving
there.
that residual energy behind unless you cleanse the space, you clear out that negativity. So sometimes this residual energy can actually cause strange things to happen.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Or people who have places where people have died. Maybe it's not an
Right.
actual spirit haunting or their spirit. It's just the energy
The
of what
residual
happened to
energy,
them. And
right.
Yeah. Yeah. How do we really
Really
know?
traumatic death would have a lot of negative residual energy left behind
Yeah.
with the body. Because I mean, the soul moves on, but the body stays behind, and that residual energy is still there.
Have you ever had a paranormal experience, Josh? Like yourself?
Nothing that I was like, that was a spirit. So I've had weird things happen where I've thought I used to think I had an angel like watching out for me, because when I was much younger and more religious, I used to believe in angels, and I had a couple weird experiences where literally I had locked like my keys in the car, and I like basically asked this angel for help, and then all of a sudden my car was unlocked, like I was able to get back into it.
Well, maybe you really do. I mean, you could call that like a higher being or higher self, or
a guide
an
of some
ancestor,
sort.
spirit guide. Yeah.
And at the time, I just interpreted it as like a guardian angel, because that's what my parents always told me.
That's what I would call mine too, because I had the same type of thing as a kid where I was communicating with something and thought I had this, like, I would call it a guardian angel too, because that's what my friend called hers.
And maybe that is what it is. I mean, I don't know, but it's things like that. I'm going to actively seek out in the future paranormal experience.
This guy wants it bad.
On Lights Out, we're planning to do a couple lockdowns in some haunted places in an attempt to contact.
No, I'm gonna have to sage your ass when you get home. Yeah,
don't worry.
We will not be going on that.
Oh, hell no, we're not going on
lock myself in a dark haunted location.
Why do you want to do that?
I need to do it for my logical brain.
What if nothing happens?
Then I will keep going on. I'll keep going to the next spot. But that's the thing, is I do truly believe in the paranormal. I do truly believe there is another realm, a spiritual realm of some sort, or the other side, as others call it, where you go afterwards. And there's a whole process that happens when you pass. And it does matter how you do pass. And it does matter what happens to you in the manner in which you go.
Yeah.
Because that can affect the location. It can affect those surrounded by it. You can even affect objects, where an object carries your energy and becomes a haunted object.
Or a haunted house.
Right. Or you can just straight up inhabit these things and keep yourself on Earth in a spirit form.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I guess to me, like, it's never been a weird kind of like out there thing, because both my parents openly believe in ghosts and always told me
right.
that.
And I was only told that it's all evil, it's all demonic. Stay away from all of it, because you are on the highway to hell if you go that route.
The highway to hell.
You'll be
Your dad actually said that one time, huh?
Highway. Yeah, he did. He was like, Josh, you're on the
He sings you the song.
And you're like, yeah, I am. Fuck yeah.
It's like,
he sings
you coming with? But that's just my take on it.
Hi, Kendall and Josh. This is Jill from Louisiana. I was wondering, if you had the chance, would you consider experimenting with DMT?
Oh, this is a good question.
You don't want to ask me this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we all know Josh's answer. Come on. Anyone who watches this show knows that you would if you had the chance.
Yeah,
right?
DMT is a very interesting thing, because there's actually different types of DMT. There's 5-MeO DMT, which is the most powerful psychedelic known to man. And what most people who take 5-MeO DMT say is that it's literally experiencing death. I mean, you're completely experiencing death. You're completely leaving this whole thing behind, and you're getting blasted off to another realm. That's 5-MeO DMT. But there's other formulations of it, I guess you could say, that are less potent than that.
But if you did not know this, we contain DMT naturally in our bodies, and it releases when we actually die. So there's a lot of controversy around DMT and whether or not we are supposed to trigger that response on our own, or if that's something that we're only supposed to experience in our death. Which that's the reason why I don't know if I would ever, I don't know, like part of me really wants to, because I want to experience things, but I also don't know if I could handle that. Like, that sounds just really intense experience. Death. I mean, yeah. I've heard some crazy experiences and stuff. I don't know. I'm a little afraid of it, but I don't think I would say I would never do it. Maybe when I'm a little older.
Yeah. And again, there's different ways to do it too. You don't need to blast off like, with the powder form. I mean, you could do ayahuasca, which is less intense. You can do small doses at first, where you're not really like completely blasting off. There's a threshold to it. Like, a lot of people describe it as, it's almost like, there's this veil that when you take even a small amount of DMT, you're kind of going up to that veil. But then if you take enough, a larger dose, and you blast through that, and your experience varies greatly from before you go through the veil and after going through the veil. A totally different experience, way more intense, way more, if you're looking for that true dissolve everything, and experiencing what's after
ego
this,
death,
then that's, you break through that threshold, you do something really, really powerful. But ayahuasca, a lot of people say it's more of a much more tame introduction to DMT, where you're kind of like, you slowly go into it as opposed to just blasting off.
Which, if you don't know what ayahuasca is, it's like a mixture of DMT and other
an Amazonian brew.
It's a brew
that the indigenous
they've
people
been using for a long time. So you can actually go and get an authentic experience.
Yep.
I just talked about it on the sesh on the last episode. You'll have to go check it out.
Nice. So yes, both of us are very open to DMT.
Yeah. Open, but afraid.
Hey Kendall and Josh, my name is Hannah and I'm from Vancouver, Canada. I was wondering if either of you have felt heightened anxiety or if your mental health has been negatively impacted from learning, talking, and researching so many true crime cases. I hope you guys are doing well.
Okay, I think it would be straight up lying to say, no, not at all. I'm just invincible. I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, I have been. Especially the ones where I have worked with family members. I mean, sometimes it gets into like my dreams, or I'll get scared of something I'm covering, or it'll create anxiety. It's worth it. I love it.
Has a lasting impact on you, even after we record.
I feel like it'd be pretty impossible to not have it have a lasting impact on you. Especially some of the stuff we work on so long, like I just get really attached and
yeah, it really depends on what we're talking about.
Yeah. It's easier for you.
For me, I'm just better at like wiping the slate clean.
Yeah, I struggle with that.
Every day, I just wipe it clean. After every episode, I wipe it clean. Because I get so, like, when I am working on a case, I get very laser focused and I want to know as much as I can about this particular topic before recording and things like that, I put all that effort in, but then afterwards I kind of release it and kind of dump the information so that I can then take on a whole new thing. Because we move so quickly through these cases that you can't dwell on it too long. Otherwise,
about 3 days with
this podcast would have been over years ago.
Yeah. True.
Well, your mental health would like completely get fucked, right? Like, I mean, I spend 2 days editing a Kendall Ray video and then it goes up and I can't just sit there and like obsess over. Otherwise my anxiety, which is already at risk, will literally like overcome me. So I like have to really try and focus on like, okay, and submit and now go do something else. Like focus on something else.
I have that same exact experience with recording, especially after I record. I get so amped up about what I've just talked about that it's hard to like stop talking about it or stop thinking about it. And sometimes I'll go to Josh and be like telling him all these details and he's like, whoa, Yeah. But you can definitely get into it, but it's like all about work-life balance. Yeah. And for me, it's really important to fill my downtime with things that are really lighthearted and funny.
The Bachelor, really good stuff.
Fucking Bachelor. You love that show, dude.
Oh my God,
Don't
Josh.
tell anybody.
You're such a hopeless romantic. I love you.
I just want to be on the show once.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's what I
Pitch
dream
it.
about at night.
Send in a letter.
Why don't
Chris
you go
Harrison.
apply? Yeah, I was going to say apply to be the new Chris. Then you don't have to be in it, but you can still like, ladies, this is the
What a
final
fun-
rose for the evening.
Just for fun.
Why do you wanna-
I'm obviously not going to end up with any of them at the end anyway.
But you're
so.
married to me.
Yeah, no physical contact because it's COVID. But
So you want to do the fantasy suite?
well, we'll play mind games.
What?
Mind games,
Mind games.
Yeah, there's no physical touch, but you can play mind games, and there you go. Solves the problem.
That would be really entertaining for TV. Sure, people would love it.
But imagine having conversations about aliens and conspiracies on The Bachelor and
What? Imagine.
talking shit about ABC while on the show.
Yeah, that'll make the cut.
I'm sure they're going to pick you now. So I was one of those lucky kids in high school who didn't have much acne, but I got it big time in my 20s and I had no idea where to start. I knew really nothing about skincare and it was so overwhelming, the amount of information out there, but I just wanted to get my skin cleared up and back to where I felt comfortable. And one of the great products that I found in my skincare journey was Curology. Whether you're trying to take control of your acne or acne is no longer your top skin concern and you're more concerned about fine lines, dark spots, occasional breakouts, or clogged pores, Curology will customize a prescription formula with 3 active ingredients that are picked just for you to tackle your specific skincare needs. To start your treatment plan, all you do is take their little online questionnaire about your skin, send in a couple of selfies to Curology, and next Curology will match you with a licensed dermatology provider who gets to know your skin. And if it's a good fit, you'll get a customized prescription cream to address your acne, fine lines, dark spots, and more. It's super, super easy to set up, and it's great that you can just send off some pictures. You don't have to waste your time actually going to a dermatology provider. And then Curology ships your custom formula right to your door. Take control of your acne, dark spots, breakouts, or whatever your unique concerns may be with a powerful skincare treatment that's made for you today. Just go to Curology.com/milehigher for a free 30-day trial. Just pay shipping and handling. That's CUROLOGY.com/milehigher to unlock your free 30-day trial. See Curology.com for all the details.
With our recent launch of Higher Love Wellness, I was excited to be able to utilize one of our longtime sponsors, Stamps.com. We use Stamps.com to purchase all of our postage for all of our packages, and I got to say we've been using it for about a month now, and it has been super, super easy, and it's saved us tons of money. And best of all, with Stamps.com, we don't actually have to go to the post office. We can print all of our postage right in our warehouse, and we can do it 24/7, which is awesome. And once all of our packages are ready to go, all we have to do is schedule a USPS pickup, and they come and get it right from the warehouse and send it off for us. So there's no trips to the post office whatsoever. And best of all, again, you save tons of money with Stamps.com. You can get discounts up to 40% off post office rates and up to 62% off UPS shipping rates. So it saves you money and time. So stop wasting time, go into the post office and go to Stamps.com instead. There's no risk, and with our promo code MileHigher, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage in a digital scale, and there's no long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in MileHigher, and that's MileHigher, one word. That's Stamps.com, use promo code MileHigher, and with Stamps.com, you'll never have to go to the post office again.
Hi guys, I'm Katie, and I'm from Wales in the UK. And I'm just wondering if there are any topics that you've been wanting to do for a long time, maybe even since the start of the podcast, but you've never done them because you haven't gotten around to it, or there's just too much to talk about, or maybe another reason. Thanks. Love you guys.
Oh, yeah. There's plenty of topics that fit into all those categories you just said. We haven't gotten around to it, or we've been too overwhelmed to even start the process because it's so huge, or just straight up fear, honestly, from YouTube that they're going to punish our channel by talking about certain things. There's definitely some topics out there that we just know would really affect our business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in this world, you can't talk about everything without repercussions to that. And
the systems are still really new, and they fly fucking everything.
Yeah. And even though we really always would approach things very open-minded and very look at all sides and stuff. It's just, some of it's just far too sensitive to talk about on a large platform.
Yeah, there's stuff that's too sensitive too.
Like we talk about personally and amongst ourselves, but when we think about actually recording it, it's sometimes
yeah.
Well, also it can be a little risky. Yeah, exactly. It can kind of be risky, fear of how, the viewers or listeners may respond, to be honest. Or sometimes it's even just some topic, if you talk about it, it'll automatically put you in this group, and then you got in order to be taken seriously as someone who talks about conspiracies, you have to keep a level of skepticism. And so if we just talked about every conspiracy out there, there's a lot that could really damage our reputation of trying to maintain an open mind, but also not believing fucking everything, and
making sure that the things we do share have evidence, have reasons to ponder them. They're not just pulled from nowhere because there's only plenty of that. But there's just a huge risk with YouTube as well. I'd say that's probably the biggest factor. Is we know that our channel has been probably put on lists that limit it from the exposure that we get. Other channels we own, they can get out to the browse features and reach new audience members a lot more easily than ours. We've kind of been forever
shadow banned.
A little bit shadow banned. A little bit.
The word conspiracy just is looked at so negatively because
people have no understanding for the meaning of that word.
Right. Yeah. And so many people just are so quick to dismiss people that discuss conspiracies, or because there's this concept, and obviously, the media doesn't help, but it's portrayed that everybody who talks about conspiracies or looks at them just from a logical point of view, just because you're interested in them, is somehow involved in the crazies that's ruin it for everybody.
Yeah. And even if we did a topic where we were super unbiased about it and covered both sides,
Still
YouTube doesn't see it that way. They're going to see conspiracy. They're even covering it.
They don't care our take on it. They don't care how we deliver it. It doesn't matter because they have rules in place to eliminate that from the platform because they don't want that on their platform.
Yeah. And we've literally seen it because we know that we really covered a lot of things in the early days that YouTube probably wouldn't be cool with us covering. And I think it's affected this channel. I mean, this channel, we've had a lot of issues with it over the years. Random shit, no answers, things taken down for no reason. So yeah, we've eventually we just realized we have to play it somewhat safe.
Yeah. Because do you guys want a podcast or not?
Right. At the end of the day.
3 strikes and you're out and they just delete you. Yeah. So,
and this is just where the majority of our audience comes from. People always be like, well, can you just post to another platform? I'm like, well, we could, but most of our audience won't watch it.
It's not worth
That'll be a problem. Yeah. We have sponsors. There is a business aspect to the show. So it's not just, but we are considering doing some type of membership where we can post content so we can keep it off of YouTube and it would just go to people who signed up for it. But I don't know. We're just kind of looking at our options with that.
For sure.
Hi there, this is Desiree from Vancouver Island, Canada.
Hi there.
I was just wondering what your all's favorite way to consume cannabis was. Thank you. Bye.
That's so funny.
Love her voice.
We just answered this on the sesh.
We did.
Yeah, we did just answer this.
Which I was on the sesh, by the way.
Yeah, I do like her voice.
Yeah. Hey, check out the sesh. Josh was just on it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we'll link the episode below.
Kendall's boyfriend. Janelle's boyfriend, John.
And Kendall's other boyfriend.
Can't even keep it straight anymore, man.
Yes, and John joined us.
So what's your favorite way? I already know Kendall's because it's the way she does it every day.
I don't know if I can say it on YouTube.
A water pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
That's the word for it.
Flower.
Water pipe.
I like flower.
You're a flower girl.
Mm-hmm. I'm a flower girl.
I like the J's. Definitely enjoy my J's. And some Eddies are always good too.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Janelle?
The greens. Prefer the greens in a just like you, Kendall. Just gonna say that. Yep. Just like that.
Earth, wind, fire.
But I love CBD.
And water.
Yeah, and
Earth,
water.
Wind, fire, water.
And water. Yeah,
All
don't
the
forget the
elements
water.
together.
That's right.
Yeah, don't forget the water.
That's so true. Yeah, which I have done before.
Yeah,
it is a water pipe for a reason.
Do you think us, the people, or the 99% will ever overthrow the elite 1% in the future?
Yes.
Oh, you think we
Really?
will?
How
Yes.
the hell?
It'll take a lot of organization.
It's going to take a while, but we will get there.
I don't believe that because I think some people care, but a majority of people just don't give a fuck. And they're fine with living in this, what we're living in.
And that's assuming that
people are very comfortable.
Things keep moving forward. But if you think about it, if you look at our society now versus even 50 years ago, it's changed dramatically. People are starting to sort of, you want to use the word wake up. People are starting to realize things are
at least
kind
people
of
are aware of
rigged
the
against
1%.
us.
Yeah.
And we're getting more transparency from people who are involved with the elite on the front of, people like Bernie Sanders, who I really think is in there for the people, like actually trying to make changes. And that we now know that the Pentagon wasn't fucking audited forever. Yeah. And their money was just getting put, but now we're, it's going to change. I think it's going to be a slow change, obviously, because we are in this very divided state. We're trying to figure out where do we go we're trying to all find our identity at once. It almost feels like, and our leaders aren't making that easy for us because it's just so confusing and everybody's just like back and forth. It's all over the place. But I think with time, and as technology evolves, I think technology is also going to help us move forward as a society because it's going to give people more access to not only information, but to the vital things we need to survive. I think that's huge too, is bringing up the world, instead of the wealth gap getting larger and larger, which that's what's happening right now. If enough people realize that that's what's happening and start making the right decisions as business owners. And have you guys heard about the CEO who cut his salary by $1 million and pays him? He pays every employee of his $70,000 at least.
Oh wow, I didn't.
And he
hear
took
that.
$1 million cut on his own check just to provide his employees with that.
Good. That should be the standard. I'm sure he has plenty.
Right. So you move forward in that kind of way, and people are more self-aware. Hopefully the new generation's more self-aware. Not
That's
quite
true.
sure yet, but.
Mm-hmm. And this latest stock market thing. I mean, that was a big fuck you to the 1%,
People
right?
are like, and let's be real, a lot of the 1% elites are old.
Yeah.
They're old.
They're old. But they have like the next person lined up, though.
They do.
Yeah.
But I think with time, we will
That's
get to a point.
optimistic. I disagree. Sadly, I wish I was on the same page. I feel like people are too lazy to care. And I don't think that they're going to like actually do what it takes to take it all back, you know? Are we going to actually have a revolution? I don't know. Maybe we will.
What if people have access to
people have to at least admit it
that
before.
make you think more? Like, what if it becomes more normal for people to think deeper? And
I guess maybe with hundreds of years or something. It's not happening anytime soon.
Hundreds of years? Okay. All right.
I don't think we're going to overthrow the 1% in the next couple years.
With the help
but maybe I'm wrong.
Of
Maybe
AI,
I'm just
we might.
negative. Help of AI.
Yes.
Hey guys, I am Jessica from Virginia, and I was just wondering what you guys thought about Delta 8 THC, because it's popping up everywhere in the local tobacco stores, and I just wondered what you guys thought
Is
about
it really?
Mm-hmm.
I've
It's
never
all
seen it.
over.
I should look hard. I haven't looked for it.
It's just popular too. Everyone on
Interesting.
TikTok's talking about it too. Delta 8.
So you can just get it like any state right now.
Yep. Any state's
Wow.
legal, completely legal
Interesting. And
right
it's-
now.
Right now.
But they're trying to change
It's
that.
it's literally going to be shut down any day. Like they're literally working on shutting down Delta 8 as we speak. And there's Congress members that are actually pushing the DEA to revise the farm bill to basically make all THC, anything that is THC, period, end of story, is illegal. So that's what they're trying, because right now it's kind of this like loophole that they figured out that you can basically synthesize this Delta 8 from hemp and create this Delta 8 THC.
Which, just to clarify, not anything with THC. You can still have full spectrum CBD products.
Right. As long as it has less than 0.3%.
Mm-hmm.
That is the...
Which we might do that eventually.
Yeah.
Just in addition to our products, which are completely THC free right now.
Right. All of our consumables. Yep. So with Delta 8, I actually tried some Delta 8. And actually I got some Delta 8 flower actually. I'm interested to see what that is. So basically Delta 8 is, it ends up being this type of liquid form pretty much that you end up, you can either vape it or you can, I guess, use it to infuse things with a Delta 8 THC. But it's definitely got a very different feel to it from just Delta 9 THC.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely, I don't even know if I like it as much. It's supposed to be like the less potent, more like chill version of it, but it honestly just made me feel kind of weird.
Really?
Like I could really feel a difference with it.
I need to try it.
It
Didn't
definitely
buy
gets you
some?
high for sure.
Really?
Yeah, it definitely makes you feel kind of that like normal weed high, but just way less intense.
Mm.
But it made my body feel just kind of weird, like kind of off. I don't know. But yeah, it's legal right now.
Weird.
You can buy it online. So get it while you can, because they're going to be making that shit illegal very soon.
That's crazy. Of course.
Yep.
Hi, Kendall, Josh, and Janelle. My name is Jalen. I'm from Ohio, and I've been watching you guys for so long. I love you so much. And my question to you is, do you ever plan on making THC infused gummies? Because I just bought my first CBD gummies from you guys.
Yeah, so many of you guys have asked us about this, so I guess we should explain. We can't do anything with the THC, obviously, for the reason we just explained. We might do some stuff locally in Colorado one day, but that would be kind of the starting point.
Until it's legalized.
It's
and
legalized,
then you can buy it online.
But as of right now, we're pretty limited, and we're trying to just, stay out of trouble.
Well, not only that, I mean, we're super focused on the medicinal properties of CBD. I mean, we really believe in CBD.
We do.
It's really good stuff. And you don't need to get high to get relief. You can get that relief from CBD in a very powerful way without the high. Obviously being high is fun, but CBD gives you all of the same benefits.
Although I will say there's a huge benefit of being able to go to the dispensary and purchase like a cream or salve or something that's mostly CBD but does have somewhat THC in it, because the two together just really amp up like the medicinal properties.
It's true. THC does help CBD perform better.
Right.
Yeah, that's why it's in a lot of, especially body products, there'll be a lot of one-to-one things. And yeah, I mean, when we can do it, we're going to do it.
We will. 100%.
One day.
And that's our last question for today. So if you guys want to be included in the next one, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Mile Higher Pod. And we accept voice memos via message. So definitely check that out.
Yeah, some people were asking questions like, how do you actually submit it? You need to go and send us like a direct message or a request. You typically have to request it unless we've already like messaged you in the past. But most of the time you need to send a request. So that's how you do it, just for future reference. And then we'll always, post a story or some type of post letting you guys know that we're doing the Q&A. So yeah.
Yep. And we will be back next week with I don't know what to call it. I guess it's going to be kind of conspiracy, but it's a little true crime too. A little mixture. We're talking about the royal family, touching on some things that we want to bring up and go a little more in depth into after.
Really dissect it.
Yeah.
I really want to like break it down, and it's very complicated and complex.
I know.
So
it's going to be intense. I
yeah,
feel like
looking
I'm going to learn a
forward
lot over the next week. I'm excited. But yeah, we have a lot of good episodes planned and a lot of exciting things planned, guys. We actually just signed the lease to our new studio, which is pretty exciting news. I wanted to tell you guys that because I have been complaining quite a bit on the show about how we don't have good enough Wi-Fi here to have remote guests. And it's been something that's driven me insane. And Josh has done his best to make that happen, but we are recording out of a garage.
In our
And we like the area we live, we don't have access to what's it called? Fiber internet.
Well, we don't. We're on a Wi-Fi extender out here from the house because our garage is quite a ways away from our house, so we have to kind of borrow the internet from it, and it's very weak signal out here. There's no way to get it out here otherwise. So,
which has been like such a problem over the last year because we did have a pandemic and we haven't been able to have any guests in person, and we built this whole studio to have guests on the show.
I know.
To extend all of our knowledge to, people that can come in and just kind of explain things, that are experts about things, that can go deeper than we were able to,
or just have interesting conversations with people.
Yeah, and it's been the goal all along. And every time I bring up doing Skype interviews or Zoom or whatever, Josh is always like freaked out. Like, but what if the connection falls out? And the
we
guest
can barely play a YouTube video in here.
Yeah, it's hard. And then you were like, you don't want to like talk over someone, and then there's a delay, and it's all like kind of stressful. So we decided to make the change to a different building where we can have really good internet. And eventually we'll be able to have physical guests as well. But just having the option to, having that option is going to be
and
huge.
having more space. Like a lot of you have asked, like, how do you guys do your 3 shows out of this
That's
one
like
thing?
one of the most asked questions.
It's really fun. You want to know how I do it? I literally get a stool right here, and I get up on a stool, and there's hooks on the ceiling here. So I literally have to get up here, manually pull this big old sign off the wall. And then I have to go get another one and put it up for every show, which is, I'm not complaining. It works. It's been great.
Yeah, it has.
But it is a little bit of a pain. And so we'll have a bigger space. We might even have 3 different sets going on, one for each of the shows, so that we don't have to do this. Everybody can kind of have their own unique set. Like we reuse a lot of the same things for the different shows. It's not drastically different between the sesh, lights out, and Mile Higher, because it's the same background, same props that we have in here pretty much. Our same lava lamp lava lamps and salt lamps.
And doing all these different shows, and
we're ready to expand and kind of like really like kind of find our individual vibe for each show, and which will just help us feel more comfortable with recording. And it's hard because I literally sit in this exact spot when I do lights out. So sometimes I'm in lights out mode on Mile Higher, and it sometimes feels a little weird because I'm like, well,
you need like a physical change up.
I need a different scenery, different setup, different chair, like something, because like
it's all blending together.
It is. So we're hoping to kind of, create a new experience for everybody on each of the shows in the near future.
Well, I think we're going to do it. I mean, our new studio is awesome. It's really big. We have plenty of space. And I did want to ask you guys, if you have any, we do have a lot of fan art that you guys have sent us over the years that we're collecting, and we want to just put on a big fan art wall. But if you guys have any, we do have a P.O. box if any of you would like to draw a picture or, you know, whatever your art may
Whatever
be.
you
We want to
make,
just
yeah.
fill the studio with fan art and stuff from you guys and postcards. And so, yeah, our P.O. box is linked below on YouTube if you're watching there.
Yeah, we should like dedicate a whole wall to like fan art and just like, yeah, that'd be cool.
I was thinking like a postcard wall too, which I wanted to do that with this studio, but there's just not enough room in here. Like we just don't have a ton of wall space where it gets like a little bit crazy. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. Lots of big changes coming, and we're going to take it all up a mile higher.
Oh, yeah. But thanks for joining us for this episode of the Mile Higher podcast. We'll go ahead and wrap it up there. But hopefully you found it interesting. I mean, we enjoy doing these episodes. It gives us kind of a break from the usual deep dive on a topic to really just kind of casually
Allows us
chat.
to chill and be ourselves a little bit more.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's interesting for people to hear like our thoughts and opinions on things that you might have wondered about or questions you might have wanted to ask us. So thank you again for all those that submitted the questions for today's episode. Really appreciate it. Love hearing your voices. But that's it for us today.
Make sure to take your mind a mile higher, and we will see you guys next week.